I want to give a huge shout out to all the Gizelle fans that got down in my comments, especially on TikTok, to tell me, oh, just wait, Giselle's going to get Mia back. You know who I wouldn't have had to wait with? Kenya Moore, Nene Leakes, or Candace Dillard Bassett. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Bonnie Scotch. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I wanted to bring you a review for Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 9, episode 12. Now, before we get into this video, go ahead and hit the like button for me. When you hit the like button, not only is it a free way to support my channel, but it also lets YouTube know that I'm here and that you all are rocking with my commentary. So YouTube starts to shoot my content out to other viewers just like you, an audience who may not get the opportunity to connect with my channel otherwise. Before we get into this review, I just want to thank all of the Scotch Bonnets for blessing me this year with an incredible 2024. It has truly been amazing. I have gotten almost 3,000 subscribers this year, and a lot of that is due to how much love you all have shown me by hitting the like button, hitting share, making sure that you're down in the chat with me, down in the comments. You know, I mean, I can't thank y'all enough.
Thank you, 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 thank you.
Seriously, I can't believe that a year has flown by already. Time is just really flying by. In any case, if you are celebrating the holiday season, I know it's a hard time for a lot of people, but I'm still wishing you a happy holiday season, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening.
Come on.
A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in an open soul wonderland.
I'm wishing you all a blessed, prosperous, and gorgeous new year, a healthy new year. Let's go ahead and get into this review. So we start the episode where we left off. Jacqueline is coming through the back door, announcing that she has these 8 heart balloons because she wants to lift the weight off of Karen's heart and all of this other crap. Whole time everybody is sitting around trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Mia is cracking up. She's open mouth laughing. So we know, of course, Mia put her up to this, and we suspected that in the last episode. I know it was like a lagoon themed beach party, but what the hell did Mia have on? I asked myself this twice this episode. Can you guess the other time before I point it out? Okay, drop down in the comments and let me know. Kiarna says, you're gonna come in here being shady and uninvited, at least come sexy. I was with Kiarna on that one. Ray is escorting her out now after Karen puts her out, and she's apologizing to Ray. She's like, Ray, I really didn't mean to disrespect your home. And so he has his hand on her back, and Karen's like, take your hands off her. I don't know, the desperation in this scene is too much, because she gets to the end of the, you know, the little driveway, I guess, with Mia, and she's like, well, I'm gonna stand right here because I'm not on her property. And Mia's like, oh, she doesn't even own this girl. Mia, why would you be encouraging this? This is ridiculous. Both of y'all look crazy and stupid. Like, Jacqueline, did you think that? I know that you didn't think you ate that. Because your energy when you had to walk off of her property, it was giving you knew that it was a flop. Because for me, it would have given this. Hello, 911. For somebody else, it would have given, they would have put hands on you. Jacqueline in this episode, she's just like really desperate, really unwell. But like I said, you showing up unannounced to folks' hands, that is grounds for them to put their hands on you if they want to. So Mia comes back in after walking Jacqueline back to her car. She's trying to have a conversation with Karen, and Karen is not trying to hear it. Now, for me, Mia would have been put out of my house. She would have been put off my property too. She wouldn't have been able to come back in. It would have been, oh, you wanted to walk Jacqueline to her car? Go get a ride with her. Go get a ride with her. You would not have come back into my house, Mia. Karen is way nicer than me, but hey, it ain't my house, child. Everybody's about to have lunch, and there is cheese on everything in the pasta salad and in the main dish as well. Kiarna can't eat anything. She's super irritated. Now, Grand Dame. Season 1, everything was all about etiquette and, ooh, you know, and we're so proper, darling, and you've got to do this, darling, you know, Potomac, and all of that shit. But I would think that by now you would know that when you're hosting a party, you want to get what people's dietary restrictions are. You want to have a, even if you don't get what people's dietary restrictions are, you want to have a little bit of something for everybody. You want to have something for the meat eaters. You want to have something for the vegetarians. You want to have something for the pescatarians. You want to have something for all of the girls. You want to have something that is dairy free. You want to have something that's meat free. And whatever else. I just don't get why cheese would have to be in everything. Why is it not on the side? I just feel like stuff like that is kind of weird. Like, I hate to go to a restaurant and butter is on everything. Like, are you kidding me? I'm with Kiana. Like, come on. That would irritate me too. The girls are all arriving at the airport to head to Panama. Once again, I want to know, what does Mia have on? What does she have on? Ashley is sitting up here talking about how that ugly white man she met a couple of days ago drove her to the airport just to kiss her goodbye. It's like, girl, you just so pressed to mention this man, to mention that you have something going on with this dude. Anyway, Gizelle comes in skipping, and is it me or does every time Gizelle have on some type of like one piece or like a spandex situation, it's like the crotch is always like falling down her leg. She always looks like she has diaper booty. And it's like, girl, pull up your leggings, pull up your pants. I don't know if it's because Gizelle is tall or whatever. Is she tall? I don't know. She gives me the impression that she's like a little bit of a taller woman, but still in the same, like, if it's not fitting you, don't wear that. So then Gizelle is talking to Karen, and she's like, oh, you don't come to anybody's house like that with that kind of shade. She's referring to Jacqueline. And Karen is like, it's gone too far. They need an OG check. Okay, so Jacqueline showing up to Karen's house uninvited was too far. But you, Robin, and Ashley doing it, it was just fine. Okay, and Ashley, actually, funny enough, she points this out later in the episode. But anyway, the girls are on their way to the villa. Wendy tells them that this is a 2-hour drive. Now, I personally feel like if it's going to be a 2-hour drive and you know this, I feel like it would be a good idea to just tell everybody ahead of time, like, hey, it's going to be a 2-hour drive to the villa. Let's stop, use the bathroom, get some water, some drinks, get some snacks to hold us over for the next 2 hours. People don't really anticipate to be in the car like over an hour. I feel like that's one accommodation that Wendy definitely could have done a lot better on. As they're on the bus, Stacy turns around to face Ashley, and she's like, well, what were you saying to TJ at the party about spidey senses? Ashley's like, well, you know, I was saying that I don't really feel like there's chemistry between you all. And then Kay interjects, and she's like, well, I feel like he kind of stepped it up. And Stacy is like, okay, now, Kay, you know that you were making fun of us. You called our kiss a Christian kiss. So then they play this clip of Stacy going to kiss TJ. It was very uncomfortable to watch because you could tell that he didn't want to kiss her, but you could tell he also didn't want to say no because he felt like it would embarrass her. And my thing is, like, why not just finish the job? You've done enough. Why not just continue to drive it home? Maybe at that point she would really understand that you don't really like her like that, but it just looked like something that he didn't want to be involved in. I don't know this feeling. I don't know that emotion. So it was very uncomfortable for me to watch. Also, I thought y'all were best friends. I thought y'all were dating. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to continue to try to rack my brain and try to figure out what Stacy and this man got going on, because it's nonsense and I can't make sense out of nonsense. So then Stacy is like, oh, y'all need to worry about your man or your lack thereof to the group. You know, she's saying this in her confessional. And here's my thing. I would rather be single and fab than dragging around some man that I know doesn't want me, doesn't like me, doesn't even want to kiss me, shows me no affection, doesn't take me out anywhere. And then Karen later on makes a really good point, and she's like, girl, you know, it's not that we're ragging on you, it's that you came to us telling us, oh, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man, all of that. You was giving that, and then we turn around and we meet this guy and he's not affectionate to you at all. So it's mixed signals, it's mixed messages. And my thing with Stacy is like, you want to talk about, oh, these girls need to worry about their man or lack thereof. And it's like, sister, the problem is that y'all want to have a man at all costs. Any piece of man is better than nothing to y'all. Is this man embarrassing you in front of millions of people is a better idea, is a better alternative than being single?
This is not serious, right?
Stacey, you have only ever been to the zoo and to the gym with this man. Places that you don't have to pay for. Or maybe you have to pay to get into the zoo. What, $5? Pay $5 to get into the zoo. He pulls a $10 pizza out of your freezer. And he brings you a quarter juice from the corner store and offers that. The man didn't even bring you groceries. Some nice shrimp, some lobster tails, some crab legs, he didn't even bring you groceries so he can cook you a nice meal, set up something really beautiful for you. Little bubbles, little Shiraz, little sparkling wine, or whatever the case is. No effort, none of that. But you want to tell these women that they need to worry about their man or a lack thereof?
Mama, this is garbage.
The man couldn't even bring you a Simply Juice, a juice drink. He brought you sugar water with coloring. Now when the girls call it out that this man is not affectionate, he's not into you like that, now you want to backpedal and pussy pop and switch up the story. Oh, we're not really like that. Oh, I need to really work on, my divorce, really focus on closing one relationship. So Ashley on the bus reveals that she has sex with this ugly white man she just met, and she hasn't liked anybody this much since Michael. Whatever, girl. Wendy says that she could do better than Jack Harlow. I don't think she can, Wendy. I don't think she can do better than that. Ashley is acting really pressed about this man, and it's like, yuck. Like, you girls don't have any player cards at all. It is just like really disturbing. Like, just have some chill about it. Like, you just met this man 3 weeks ago. You don't have no chill in your spirit. Yuck. So the ladies get back to the villa and they have a really nice spread. I think that the spread is gorgeous. And I think that Wendy is doing a really good job of hosting, except for the way she set up the rooms. The women always fight over these room arrangements and who's going to stay where. And I felt like this was an opportunity for her to just pair everybody up accordingly and let everybody go on about their business and not let this be a squabble. But in her confessional, she's like, oh, I chose chaos. I feel like you could be messy in other ways, Wendy. And I don't know. I just feel like, don't F with my sleeping arrangements. Don't F with my sleeping arrangements, girl. Like, at least though, these villas are huge, so they're far enough from each other. They don't really have to deal with each other if they don't want to. So she put Karen and Jacqueline together, and she put Stacey with Gizelle. I can't remember where the rest of the ladies were staying. Now we have the ladies at the beach, and they are getting ready to go and have dinner. Everybody looks nice except for Gizelle, Mia, and Ashley. So while they're on the beach, before they sit down, everybody's dancing with them at the resort. There is this man in a costume, this El Diablo costume. He's dressed as the devil. So Wendy is asking, the gentleman at the resort, like, is this symbolic to anything? Like, does this figure have any lore in Panama? And he's like, no, you guys are just dancing with the devil. He really simplified it. I was surprised to hear him say that. I'm with Wendy. I would have probably asked something like that. Like, what does this mean? Like, because in the Caribbean, you have these dancing figures. They mean something.
The characters are very important in Jamaican Junkanoo tradition. This was like a satire for the oppression that they were going through. Each character really represented something specific that was happening to people as a result of being enslaved.
We have 11 main characters, which is Pitchy Patchy, Arsed, the Devil, Coward, Policeman, the Red and Blue Set Girls, the Sailor, the Jack in the Green, and the House. Some people said House, but it's a house, and the Belly Woman. But then there are other characters that is created in various parishes in Jamaica here.
They mean something to that specific island. So I was just surprised that he said that. But in any case, the ladies pointed out that this figure seemed to be really drawn to Karen. Karen is like, yeah, I have the darkness upon me. It could sense that I had darkness on me. And they're like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, it's Jacqueline's presence. So Gizelle decides that she wants to pipe up now. And she says to Jacqueline, you coming with those 8 balloons to represent those 8 citations, that was really effed up. I can't believe the way you came unannounced like that. Gizelle, I really don't feel like Karen needs you to be her representative in this moment. Karen does a really good job of handling Jacqueline herself, so it just seemed really unnecessary. I felt like, Gizelle, you just wanted to hear yourself speak. You just wanted to have something to say. Nobody asked you to do this. Now, if you wanted to check somebody, you should have been checking Mia 3 weeks ago when she slut-shamed your daughters. So you checked Jacqueline even before you said anything to Mia in this scene. We'll get there. We're getting there, okay? Now, Ashley in this scene is pointing out the hypocrisy in Gizelle's statement, saying that when it was her, Gizelle, and Robin riding around, you know, in wigs and baseball caps dressed up like delivery people, then it was all fine and well to harass Karen. But now that Jacqueline is doing it, it's an issue. So then Jacqueline starts going on about, oh, you guys didn't really give me a chance to speak and explain from the heart what my true intentions were. And you guys went to some form of high school or college, right? And the 8 citations are symbolic because I wanted that weight lifted off your heart. And she starts babbling and going on and on. What does high school and college have to do with what you were doing, girl? And see, the thing, Jacqueline, is like, you're not even smart enough to carry a good lie or to like try to like mask your intentions. Your intentions were very transparent. They were very see-through. You're trying to lie and manipulate and gaslight these girls into thinking like, oh, I really meant love. If you really meant love, you would have sent her a text. You would have sent her some flowers. You would have sent her some balloons to her house or something like that. You wouldn't have showed up unannounced. Your energy, the way you came in, this is 8 balloons. That, come on, that energy, like, stop it. I know that Mia convinced you to do this. I know that this is Mia's work, and I know that you went along with this because you're spineless. Now, Karen is threatening to press charges against her for trespassing. Do I believe she's going to do that? Of course not. But I think that she just wanted to make Jacqueline feel some type of way. And I think she was successful. Jacqueline says, you know, it was a positive message, whether or not you want to receive it. I apologize for showing up that way. Jacqueline, this was not a positive message. Again, girl, stop it. So then Gizelle says in her confessional, why did you do this, Mia? You know you put your girlfriend up to this. This is a side of Mia that I don't recognize. What side is that, Gizelle? The side when she threw a drink in Wendy's face last year? The side when she slapped her in her head with a pocketbook? This is a completely different side. Her putting her friend up to some nonsense is a different side of what we've already seen from Mia. I just want you to be serious for 2 seconds. Just try. Like, what the hell is she talking about? Mia has done worse in front of your face, and you stood up for her. You thought that it was understandable and completely justifiable that she would be violent towards somebody. And you went on there eating your dinner like nothing ever happened. But Jacqueline showing up to Mia's house unannounced and Mia putting her up to it was just a skosh too far for you? Gizelle, you don't even try to make sense. I think Gizelle really is a stupid woman. I do think she's stupid, y'all. I do. Gizelle says, oh, it seems like you're really lashing out, Mia. We don't bring up children, but you brought up mine. Gizelle, weren't you the one that brought to the group that Monique's baby might not be Chris's? So we know for a fact that children are not off limits. And then Gizelle says to Mia, if I want to present my children as perfect, then they are. They absolutely are. Now, this is what you should have said to her 3 weeks ago. And if you ask me, you didn't add enough to it. You didn't say enough. That was all you had for her? And y'all, what gagged me, what actually gagged me,
Fucking got me
It's
gagging.
no, it's your neck. It
Got
does.
me fucking gagging.
No, it's
is that Mia doubled down on her comments. She's like, well, here's how I felt. You want to present this pristine image, and your girls were up and down the alleyways with boys. I said, baby, the alleyways?
If anything, it went from worse to worse, sir.
The alleyways? Baby, the alleyways, honey. Listen, she doubled down on it. That gagged me, y'all. She got a little bit loud, like she raised her voice a little bit, but all she said was, "That's not true." And then Wendy interjects and she says, "Gizelle, I distinctly remember in the DR when you thought I looked at Grace a certain way and you bit my head off." And Giselle's like, "Oh, you can't compare the two because I wasn't talking to you at that time, Wendy, and Mia was a friend." Gizelle, here's where I got to pull your card again. You are never beating those colorism allegations, because here is this woman sitting up in your face not once but twice, calling your daughter some hoes to your face. How come you're not falling out with Mia in the same way that you did with Wendy and Candace? Wendy in her confessional says, "When you thought I said something about your kid, it was nothing but vitriol." And here we have Mia saying something extremely harsh about your children, and it's not garnering the same type of reaction. Wendy is absolutely correct. She says that Gizelle is selective about who she chooses to dish her anger out to. I don't know. I just feel like it's weird that Gizelle is even claiming Mia as a friend in this moment after what Mia said about her daughters. Because for me, you're not a friend if you say something like that about somebody's kid. Why would you ever say something against somebody's children as a friend? And then you turned around, you still claimed her as your friend after she doubled down and said what she said about your daughters being some hoes. Gizelle. Gizelle fans, talk to me, honey. Giselle's supposed to be in charge of the girls, honey. So then Ashley jumps in and she's like, "You know, Mia, this has been confusing for all of us because one day you're good with Gordon, the next day y'all are falling out." Mia all of a sudden starts crying. She starts getting into all of this stuff about how she was adopted and, not that she was adopted, how she was in foster care and blah, blah, all of this shit, right? So then Wendy says to Mia, "I'm going to meet you where you're at. I'm going to support you. We shouldn't continue to kick her down." Well, she busted you in the face with a pocketbook and threw a drink in your face. So it's just interesting that, you have all of this love and support for somebody who was violent with you, but couldn't be me though.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
So it's the next day. The ladies are having breakfast together. Everybody sits down before Jacqueline, and there are not enough chairs there at the table to accommodate Jacqueline. Don't you know that she takes the chair that she could have very easily picked up and drags it 6 feet down to where the table is? She is so irritating to me. I can't imagine how anybody could stand to be around her. She is so irritating. She's like the Serena Cha-Cha of Real Housewives of Potomac. Those of you who watch Drag Race or who have watched Drag Race, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Anytime Serena Cha-Cha will open her mouth and be like, girl, enough.
We are talented as group.
But you're here with us, so are you.
We're all in the same caliber.
Except for Serena.
And then we learned that apparently Gordon went to pick up the kids from the nanny's house, and then he dropped them off at their old nanny's house. Listen, everything is confusing with Mia. I don't know what to believe as it pertains to Mia. So I don't know what's going on with her family at this point. All right, y'all, that was pretty much the episode. Go ahead and get down in the comments with me. Let me know how you felt about this episode. You already know that I want to hear from you. Hit the like button on your way out. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting. I can't believe that this is the last Potomac review of the year, but I will see y'all next year, okay? I love y'all so much. Have a blessed, happy, prosperous holiday season. Merry Christmas to you if you celebrate. Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, all of the holidays, all of the things. And I will see y'all next year. Peace.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening?